Speed golf, baby! Let's go!
Speed golf, baby. Let's go. I'm Adam Lorton, and this is it. You're watching the Speedgolf World Championships presented by Keough Golf. We've been teasing it for months. It is finally here. The most elite speed golf field in history, the first ever World Championships broadcast. And sharing this moment with me is Scott Dawley, the director of Speed Golf USA and the host of the 22 World Championships. Scott, welcome to the broadcast.
Adam, thanks for having me.
All right, some quick stats on this tournament. 25 elite speed golfers in the open division, 8 countries represented, a 5.3 mile run there for the Slammer and Squire golf course. Is that right? Absolutely.
5.3 is a straight line right down the middle.
Golf par 72, time par 60 minutes, and this was just 3 days after Hurricane Nicole passed over Florida, although technically it was a tropical storm by the time it got to St. Augustine. Potato, potato.
Yeah, you know, we wanted to pick a golf course that was going to challenge the best in the world. You know, you see on Good, you've got Bob Does Golf, all these YouTube influencers are starting to play speed golf, but we were bringing together the best speed golfers in the world. We wanted to give them a track that was going to challenge them, not only on the golf side, also on the running side. So you'll see here 5.3 miles. That's about a mile longer than our average course. For instance, it's a mile longer than the course we played the US Open on. So great golf course, great track. I'll tell you what, the superintendent, the grounds crew did a great job after that tropical storm passed through, and you honestly could hardly tell, Adam. So golf course is in great shape. Greens were rolling perfect. And man, we had some great weather.
A lot of water on this course. I think I would have struggled to break 100. But let's be real, Scott. Nobody is watching this for the stats. Well, maybe Chris Hundhausen, the professor of speed golf, is. Everybody else, though, they came here to see Rob Hogan versus Jamie Reid. So let's talk about him.
Let's do it.
You, the viewers, you also, Scott, you watched Rob Hogan run away with the U.S. Speed Golf Open title at Horton Smith, where he played 18 holes in 33 minutes and 44 seconds. 4 huge titles in a row, the Irish, British, French, and U.S. Speed Golf Opens. He is the hottest speed golfer alive, and you know he came to Florida ready to play with his signature intensity.
Who's your biggest competition today?
I don't know, because there's a deep field. There are 8 nationalities. Many of those countries have a large number of players. There's a list of the usual suspects, let's say, and then there's a great scope for someone to come out of the pack as well. So go ahead and play my game, and let's see where we stand. Awesome. Hopefully, if we're still standing.
Awesome. Well, best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, bud.
That's one thing I love about Rob Hogan, is that one of his goals is to completely deplete the tank on every round of speed golf, or every competition round, I should say. He made it clear that when he's practicing, he's not going nearly that intense, but he wants to deplete the tank. He wants to leave it all out on the course, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think he started to maybe outsmart himself, and earlier this year, I think he realized, hey, this is how I play my best speed golf, is going out there emptying the tank. And you saw that the second round, the final round at the US Open, something I'm imagining, because it's the World Championships, he's also going to employ here.
Be hard to imagine that he would take it easy on this World Championships field.
Right.
Now, twice now we've asked Rob to name his biggest competition here on the channel, has always declined to do so. At the US Open, he said it was the golf course, which is a very nice diplomatic answer. Here he said there are the usual suspects, and you know that the #1 usual suspect on his mind was Jamie Reid, the #1 ranked speed golfer in the world. Now, this is our first time seeing Jamie Reid on Speed Golf Baby. What can you tell us about this young man, Scott?
I can tell you a lot about Jamie Reid. Most of it, if you're a speed golfer, you already know, but Jamie's the total package. He's the prototypical professional speed golfer that we're going to see over the next season, the next 5, the next maybe even 10 years of speed golf. So he can run a 33-minute 10K, and you know, for everybody, that's a 5:20 mile pace. It's just incredible. But not only that, he can make birdies, and he's doing that with 3 clubs. You know, so Rob's got some big tournaments. He had an amazing year, probably the best year on his resume. But statistically, you know, Jamie's got the most impressive performance of the year. He shot 69 in 31 minutes and 18 seconds for a speed golf score of 100, and that was down in New Zealand at the New Zealand Champs. So if that was a regulation course, it was a little bit shorter, wasn't quite 4 miles, wasn't quite 6,000 yards, but the world record I have at 107, you know, he would have beaten that. So he's got speed, he's got a great golf game, and he's very motivated. He finished 1 second out of the lead at the last World Championships in 2018. And so, you know, to be honest, a big part of the last 4 years of his life has been training for this very moment.
You have just finished second in the Speedgolf World Championships, but the person who beat you by 1 second. 1 second.
Yep.
How you feeling?
Obviously, over the moon to come second in the world at the World Champs is pretty cool. But to lose by 1 second, obviously, just going to think back to everything you've done in your round and think, well, I could have saved a second there, could have saved a second there. But no, fair play. 1 second is 1 second, and maybe next time I hope he'll come back as a faster runner or a better golfer, and maybe go for first.
Love that attitude from Jamie Reid. It's fair play. Of course, I've been going back over my round, but 1 second is 1 second, and I should have been faster.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if anybody has been playing speed golf long enough, especially competitive speed golf, I have shots that I still wake up in the middle of the night thinking about, or rounds that I wake up in the middle of the night thinking about. So I can imagine for quite a while there, Jamie Reid was waking up and thinking about that 1 extra second that he needed then, and that was motivating him for this tournament coming up.
Yeah, he's had 4 years to think about that, 4 years to get better, frankly. And he came to Florida to get that bad taste out of his mouth. However, the guy who edged Jamie Reid out by a single second in New York 4 years ago, that guy is Mikko Rantanen from Finland. He's 51 years old, but this dude has been a stud athlete his entire life, and that doesn't just go away once you cross the 50-year threshold. He's a plus handicap golfer. He can still get around the course very quickly, Scott.
Mikko's the same way. He's a world champion. You know, he earned that win back in 2018. He's a really great golfer, but like a lot of Scandinavians, he's a crossover athlete, and so I don't think it was unusual for him getting into this game. You know, you go watch him play and strike the ball on the golf course in the middle of these rounds, and it sounds professional. You know, he's just got a great golf swing. He's able to score, and even at 51 years old, isn't that amazing, Adam? That we've got a World Championships and we've got a 51-year-old out there that's got a chance to win it, and he really does today.
All right, we're about to watch Rob Hogan take the tee here in St. Augustine. Once we're into the round, you're going to see Wes Cupp, the most quotable speed golfer of 2022, might even be a Jason Hawkins sighting. But before we get there, I'm going to introduce one more player making his Speed Golf Baby debut. That's Luke Willett, 2021 British Open Speed Golf Champion. Last year, you saw him on Rick Shields Golf in front of 2 million subscribers. This year, you've probably seen him playing speed golf at all of the Open Championship venues. Scott, I've watched Luke play. I know he's fast, but does he have the golf game to really challenge these guys?
Well, if you ask Luke Willett, he'll tell you he's the best ball striker, you know, out on tour. I've played speed golf with him. I was fortunate enough to go out there and film his round in round one, but he definitely has the game. The question for Luke is his putter on fire or not? Is he making his short putts or not? That's really the difference for him. You'll see here in a second, he's going to hit every fairway. He's going to hit a lot of those greens. But yeah, we'll have to see if his putter is on or not.
Speed Golf World Championships, baby. Let's go. Hole number one, straight ahead par 4. And like I said, we're going to see Rob Hogan first on the tee here.
Yeah, generous opening hole here. Wide fairway, there's a little bunker on the right. You want to make sure you get left of that. But, you know, nothing to start out too hard about. We wanted to give him an easy start, and here it is.
Nice smooth 7-iron there for Rob from looked like about 130 yards. Man, hard to stop a 7-iron at 130.
It is. You know, this was a little bit difficult. You can see this green here is back inside a little grove of trees, and so the wind did play a factor on this hole. It wasn't easy to find this green, but here we go. Good start.
Yeah, tap in bogey, but very fast there for Rob Hogan. We missed a shot. And here's our first look at world number 1, Jamie Reid. First thing you're going to notice about Jamie, he plays driver off the deck. Oh, you won't notice that on hole 1.
That's right, not on hole 1, and you'll also notice he is carrying a silo. That's how he's carrying his equipment now.
You know, that's how the world record and the unofficial world record were set, Scott.
That's right.
Right.
Great piece of equipment. I use a spike, and I believe Jamie will be using a spike here in 2023.
Did he, was he taking notes on that when you guys were together?
Yeah, we had a few conversations about it, and
here's a birdie putt for Jamie Reid.
Wow. So he stuffed that shot to a foot.
Tough to imagine a better start to a round of speed golf. Yes, he did. And here's Mikko. It looks like an abrupt change in the weather, and I know that it did become overcast. So this is, you're seeing an artifact of the way we put these videos together. These guys are not playing the same hole all at the same time, but the easiest way to communicate it to the viewing audience is to line up the videos this way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Birdie putt here for Mikko.
You can see he's a little more deliberative. I would say in terms of pacing, you know, Mikko's right there, kind of in the middle of the pack.
Well, and he knows his bread and butter. His goal is to shoot 1 or 2 under par on this golf course and force Jamie Reid to match.
Right, that's always huge, making that first, 4-footer on the first hole. That'll calm his nerves and get him off to a great start.
It never strikes me that Mikko needs calming.
Yeah, he's a pretty confident player. I mean, he's just going through his routine, but it's always good as a player to get out there and be making those short putts. Here goes Luke.
Completely. And to your point, great ball striking. After watching Luke, I started trying to hit off the deck for my tee shots. Eventually realized that for my level of golf, that was just not the right strategy. It's always inspiring, though, to watch somebody who can hit it so confidently without needing a tee, because that's a good 2 or 3 seconds saved.
That's his favorite club in the bag for sure.
Love to see these guys repairing their pitch marks.
Here we are on the green. Looks like we got about...
and love the camera work here from one Scott Dawley.
There you go. Yeah, it looks like about a 15-footer. Almost hits it in. Again, another good feeling, just being able to walk up, tap in par, get your round going.
Great roll there on the first, but can you believe that is a full 25 seconds slower than Jamie Reid? All right, quick explanation of speed golf scoring. For those of you who haven't watched before, you can see Jamie Reid made a 3 in 1 minute and 33 seconds, so that's a speed golf score of 4:33 because every shot is 1 minute and every minute is 1 shot. And as we look at the tournament leaderboard, this is all relative to par. Jamie Reid is 1 under golf par, 57 seconds under time par, so he is 1 minute 57 seconds under speed golf par. And we're on to hole 2. A short par 3, but lots of sand.
Yeah, wind is into here, so it's playing at least a club longer than the yardage.
Now it's like a full 9-iron there for Jamie.
Yeah, the play here is to come up short. If you can't get there, if you don't have the right club, short with a little chip up is the way to play here.
Mm-hmm. And it didn't matter as much when he was tapping in a 1-footer, but Jamie hits what he calls the belly wedge, similar to Rob Hogan, although you can see he sets it up a little differently. Really confident stroke there on the 2.5-foot par putt. And Jamie Reid, 1 under golf par and cruising after 2 holes.
Yeah, nice shot. Sorry, I'm not supposed to say that. I'm not supposed to say nice shot.
You are not supposed to say nice shot.
Yeah, Luke's got, I wouldn't say sneaky speed, but, Luke's got a really good pace that he runs at.
Well, and he can go for days, right, Scott?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, his off days in training are, for me, sometimes my tough days in training.
Oh, and that putt breaks more than he thought. What, 4 or 5 feet there for the par? This is a one he needs. How about one he wants?
One he wanted, one he didn't get. Now there's actually a long transition here, probably the longest one on the course, about a quarter mile. And so you'll see a lot of people really try to make up, like right there, he just missed that putt. He's going to try to make it up on that run coming up.
Right. There's Mikko. Love that. Cleaning the club on the way to the hole. That is it's a professional right there.
Yeah, and you know, another interesting thing to note is not much has changed with Mikko's setup or Mikko's equipment in the last 4 years. He has played the same way without any adjustments.
Yeah, I've seen him try one-handed putting. I've seen him very successful at one-handed putting. He's a better one-handed putter than I am a two-handed putter, but looks like the strap and the two-hand, this is what I call the Jason Hawkins method. He probably calls it the Mikko method, but that's what he's employing for the World Championships here. Ooh, uncharacteristic miss there from 3 feet.
I did not expect that, Adam.
Right. Rob Hogan on the tee, 150 yards, smooth 7 there.
Hey, kudos to the camera recorder for getting that shot of the second hole and getting over to Rob Hogan in time. That's amazing.
Very helpful for our team. All right. Lag from the front of the green. Oh, beautifully done. Taps it in for 3.
Yeah, that's how you want to play that hole.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Real easy.
Listen up, speed golf fans. Are you interested in trying speed golf but feeling intimidated? Believe me, I get it. What do I wear? What do I bring? What do I say to the person in the pro shop? All right, the good news is it's actually easy after you've done it once. So to help you get over the hump and do it that first time, we created the Speed Golf Starter Pack. This is a free package of resources designed to help you get started on your speed golf journey with confidence. You get an equipment checklist, word-for-word scripts to get a tee time for yourself or arrange a standing tee time at your local club, plus audio guides to help you warm up for your round and even get ready for a tournament. Every day you don't try speed golf is another day you're missing out. You're not getting fit while playing golf. And frankly, I feel sorry for you that you're missing out on that. So get the Speed Golf Starter Pack now. Get over the hump and become a confident, prepared speed golfer. Click the link below to get your Speed Golf Starter Pack. Puck, really unfortunate double there on the first. But nice par here.
Yep, that's what we're looking for. Easy pars.
All right. All right, and after 2 holes, 2 pars for your front runners, Rob Hogan and Jamie Reid. Unfortunate bogeys there for Mikko and Luke Willett. And Jamie Reid sits atop the scoreboard. Is he going to go wire to wire here, Scott? That would make a slightly anticlimactic broadcast.
Could happen. Could very well happen.
Yep. I think this is going to be our first look at Jamie hitting driver. It's not clear from this shot, but he did not have that on a tee, and he smoked it, Scott.
Yeah, driver off the deck here. You know, the tee shot sets you up to hit it at straight at a bunker, and you've got to play a little bit of a cut. So visually slightly intimidating, but you know, he hits a nice little low cut out there with his driver, and left him probably 120 yards, I'm guessing, right there.
Yeah, it looked like he went with a knockdown 9-iron instead of trying to stretch his wedge. Left him short of the green there. He'll be looking to get this up and down. Really confident stroke there on that chip shot. Oh my goodness. This man came to play.
Yeah, right in the heart. You can tell he's got a good rhythm, and all that preparation's starting to pay off.
Soft touch there on the par putt. And now we're back to Rob Hogan. Seven iron there from just inside 150 yards.
Wasting no time at all. You know, you watch Rob step up to the ball, you just count to 3, he's already hit, and he's on his way.
Incredible. Incredible the level of ball striking he's able to do in that short of a time. All right. Really soft touch there. Oh, and he chose to take the 7-iron, which means he has to change clubs here. But boy, great choice when the result turns out like that. Tap in par. Hogan is cruising.
He's got a good rhythm going. You can see out there, you know, it doesn't look like there's any room to the right where that card is, but there's actually way more room right there.
Luke flirting with the trees a little bit, but oh, it worked out beautifully for him.
Yeah, under one branch, over another, he got through, and now he's just set up perfectly.
And that's a pitching wedge for Luke, am I right? 5-wood, some long iron, pitching wedge, putter.
Soft greens. Yep.
Bloody pitch marks. I continue to appreciate that these guys are taking good care of the course. Birdie putt here for Luke Willett.
Yeah, and people should know, you know, that was a big part of the conversation prior to the event, was the competitors wanted to make sure that we were all taking care of the golf course and maintaining the golf course in spite of the fact that we're trying to play as fast as we possibly can. You know, it's our responsibility, just like golfers, to go out there and make sure in the midst of our round we're taking care of the golf course that's hosting us.
Okay. Heck yeah. Wes Cupp. Obviously, he's a regular on Speed Golf Baby, the most quotable speed golfer of 2022. And that looks like a soft 9-iron. See if Wes can get himself a birdie look here. Oh, really nicely done. Pin high, 4 feet. Drops it in.
There it is.
You love to see that from a guy who is, frankly, a par machine. A birdie on the card goes a long way.
Yeah, Wes could easily sneak up here and get things moving and find himself atop the leaderboard for sure.
That signature Cup consistency, and like Garrett Holt was telling me, Wes has sneaky speed. He's faster than he looks. First par 5 of the course here. And this sets up beautifully for Jamie's cut.
At first tee shot that you really got to step up there, you have to pick, you know, a precise target and put a good swing on it. If you're left, you're in the trees. If you're right, you're in the water. And he played smart here. He played right over that tree there, and is going to leave himself 100 yards probably for his third shot. Looks like we skipped that. Here we are moving up to the green. It's probably a birdie putt is my guess. Yep.
Rob Hogan left himself in virtually the same spot. When you're on the left here, it virtually forces you to play this as a 3-shotter, although Rob almost always plays every par 5 as a 3-shotter. All right, and again, we've skipped the 3rd shot. And this is Rob's birdie look. Oh!
Wow.
Boom goes
way to go,
dynamite.
Rob. Even par through 4. He's been out on the course for about 7 minutes. He's got a round going for sure.
Absolutely incredible. Wes Cupp looks like he's taking a slightly more aggressive line than the first 2 players, although he pulled that. Oof.
Yeah, maybe he knew that on the backswing. Ooh, I'm aimed a little bit right. Let's pull this left. But he's totally fine here. He'll just hit a nice big high draw up over those trees. Again, he'll have somewhere between 100 and 115 yards for his third. And with a pin that really should be attacked, it's back left.
Yep.
And if you go long, it's actually an uphill putt back to the hole. So this is something you want to attack. You want to get your birdies, you know, when you've got chances like this.
Lob wedge there for Wes. We might not get a great look at this. This is a birdie putt. Looks like from, call it 15 feet.
Yeah.
All right. Tap in par, Wes Cupp special. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, Scott, you were out on the course with Luke. Is his shot shape generally a draw?
It's a slight draw. He's a very straight ball hitter, you know,
Yeah.
with that club. So it's not moving left to right, you know, too much.
Well, then in that case, that was the best line we've seen off the tee on this hole.
Yeah, that was you could call that an aggressive line, but not for him because he wouldn't look at it that way.
Right.
You know, he just is so confident with that club. Now this one just skirted that bunker right there. Wish you guys could see that, but I mean, it maybe made it over that by 6 inches, and then it skidded all the way up here greenside where he had this very interesting chip shot.
Played that a little bit lower than maybe some of his American counterparts would have done.
Yeah, and I think it just came off a little bit hotter than he was expecting.
I agree. Talk to us about the grass here. Was this Bermuda? Was it grabby?
You know, it really wasn't. It was just great ground.
Wow, great
Great
touch
grass. Yeah, very good touch here. This is, again, where you've got to step up and make these putts if you're going to get a round going.
Oh, my gosh.
Toughest part of speed golf.
Well, and that's twice. He's burned the edge with perfect speed. And Mikko, we had a camera battery change, so we don't get the entire hole from Mikko, but this is a birdie putt. Wow.
Nice.
Right in the heart.
Good roll,
Excellent
Mikko.
speed. And this is what you're talking about with Mikko's golf game. I mean, he is always in the hunt. All right, Scott, let's talk about the Keough Golf Club. All right, most everybody watching this already knows it's the first rapidly adjustable golf club on the market. And with my skinny little grasshopper arms, I am eagerly awaiting the day when I can carry a single club instead of that heavy bag that weighs nearly 3 pounds. So the question I want to ask you as the director of Speed Golf USA is, will the Keough be legal for speed golf tournaments in 2023? And if not, would you please Venmo me $300? But before you answer that question, we have to talk about your conflict of interest. You're part of the team at Keough Golf, so that means if you, in your capacity as director of Speed Golf USA, allow the Keough for tournament play, it seems like that would directly put money in your pocket. So how are you handling that?
Yeah, good question, Adam. I'd say first of all, you know, my guess is after you get out there and start playing with the Keough, you're not going to want that $300 back, even if it isn't approved for competitive play, you know, through Speed Golf USA. That's something that is on the radar. We have not made a decision on that, so that'll be coming soon. But it certainly will involve the playing community. It will involve the stakeholders in Speed Golf USA. So that'll be coming soon. But, you know, technically, is it a conflict of interest? Yes. I could show you the Speed Golf USA bank account after 17 years, and you wouldn't be that impressed, you know. So we're not out here doing it for millions of dollars yet. I would say more than anything, you know, a relationship between Keough Golf and Speed Golf USA is not a conflict of interest, but, you know, it really is an alignment of interests for Keough Golf and also for speed golfers. So that's the way we're looking at it. Is this is a great partnership. You know, what are we out here trying to do? We're trying to discover the limits of human performance as we watch Jamie Reid right here. playing the 5th. But we're just trying to discover the limits of human performance on the golf course, and the Keough Club only makes that more possible.
Well, appreciate that context, Scott. You heard it here first, folks. The decision will be made by the Speed Golf community, by the stakeholders, in partnership with Speed Golf USA, of course, as the governing body. Another par for Jamie Reid.
Keeping the scorecard clean.
Yeah. Anyway, Scott, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you keeping the viewers up to date with your most current thinking, and you're looking out for the sport.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's something that our community's been discussing all year long as people have known about it. And it's got a lot of positive reaction, a lot of people that, want to see it happen. So wouldn't be surprised if it did. Of course, we'll be making that announcement here in the new year very, very shortly.
Incredible. Rob Hogan has climbed his way all the way up to 2nd place on the leaderboard, and he has another birdie putt. He hit that one with some pace. Left himself 2.5 feet. Easy par. Hogan continues to cruise. You love to see it.
Yeah, the 2 top players in the world really neck and neck so far through 5 holes.
It is an absolute battle. Uh-oh. One of the nice things about playing at a place like Horton Smith is that it's real easy. You play the back tees. And
just go to the back.
Right. When you're playing a course that can get up to 7,000 yards, well, suddenly you have to pay pretty close attention to the color of those rocks on the ground.
I should also mention that this was the longest championship that we've ever played in competition as well. It was about 6,350, just a little short of 6,350, 6,350 yards. Yeah. So we're starting to inch up, play the par 5s a little bit longer, but as the quality of play increases, as the performances get better, we're extending that course and making it even more challenging.
Right. And I love that different events have different personalities, Scott. To have a tournament at Horton Smith, which is a really straightforward course, a really fast run, great for scoring, tap in par as usual for Wes Cupp. But then to have places like Glen Oaks, have places like Slammer and Squire that are a real test, not just of the runner, but also of the golfer. I love it. I love that these events have different personalities.
Yeah, this is a championship course. They've had other big amateur events and collegiate events here. But yeah, you want to test, like you just said, you want to test the player's whole game. Can they get up and down out of a bunker, which they're likely to hit into if they play 18 holes here, 36 holes here. How's your short game? You're going to have long putts. You're going to be putting from off the green. So this is a real test of your full golf game.
And that was why I had so much trouble when we had the 72 holes at the Oxmoor Valley Short Course in Alabama. Those were
go in.
I know, great shot from Mikko there. Another tap in par. But
solid, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, our featured golfers are looking good, aren't they, Adam?
Featured golfers are looking excellent. Oh yeah, but to that point, one of the things that I think makes a rough speed golf event is a mismatch between the event and the venue. So like that par 3 course in Alabama was way too difficult for a place that was already inhospitably hot because it was June in Alabama. But when we changed it to Oak Mountain State Park, suddenly that event went way to another level for me because it was the right course for that time and place and for the crew of speed golfers we assembled.
You're right. It was the same time of year. It was the same heat, but it felt like a totally different experience. It wasn't just a complete and utter, shakedown by the golf course. But that first year in Alabama was great to play 72 holes in 2 days. The first time to do that. Here we are on we're in the par 4 here now.
Par 4 6. Looks like Jamie hit some ground under repair. Took a free drop there. Looking to get up and down yet again. Wow, confident stroke from this guy. All right, this is a tester. That's nearly 5 feet there. I love how he pinches it in the armpit. I'm gonna have to try that. Wow.
Oh my gosh, wow.
First misstep from Jamie Reid. I mean, who could imagine that putt would break that much? And you're hearing the voice of Chris Hundhausen, the professor of speed golf. Chris was kind enough to go to Florida and serve as the crew chief for our camera operators because I was not able to make it. Huge respect to Chris and much appreciate his contribution to this this event and getting this broadcast together.
Absolutely. Good little short par 4 here, actually. You can take it up over that bunker with the driver and leave yourself a shorter shot, or you can play out to the right. Plenty of room out to the right, but the further right you play off the tee, the longer shot you're going to have in. You could have up to 100, 180, 190 yards in if you play it out too far to the right. So, good little par 4 here.
Just like Pete Dye would have done it.
Let's see if Rob can just make a nice 2-putt. Yeah, exactly.
Wow, strong play still from Rob Hogan.
You can tell he's just right in the rhythm of the round.
All right. I hate it extra because you could tell Wes was just starting to feel it when this happened.
Well, it's worth mentioning as well. We're in the middle of November here, November 14th, and we had a 80-degree day.
Gosh.
Quite humid, so yeah, that's something to keep note of. Was that it was unusually warm for these players. So you get 6 holes in, and it just kind of hits you. 6. Oh no.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Confident stroke there from Mikko. Do you happen to know, Scott, is that a 3-wood he carries?
You know, I'm not sure. It looks like it is, though. It's something.
Oh, actually, you know what? I read
on
on the internet that it's a 2 hybrid. I don't know that.
Yeah, for him, that's a great play. You know, like something like a driving iron.
Mm-hmm.
Is all Mikko needs to get out there in the middle of the fairway, you know, where he can shine.
Well, yeah, I don't know how much Mikko weighs, but it's clear he's able to put plenty of power on the ball. So to be able to put a premium on control seems to make sense for his game.
Okay, his first tester here of the round.
Come on. Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, Mikko. You got it, buddy. Great putt there.
Nice putt for Mikko. And Rob Hogan, 4 shots in 2 minutes. Jamie Reid, fully 6 seconds slower, making a bogey. And Jamie sits at the top, but only 1 second separates these two speed golfers. We're on to a par 3. Gosh, there's so much water on this golf course, Scott.
There sure is. This is a fantastic par 3, beautiful par 3, but an elevated green, bunkers left, you know, nothing to the right, and we got most players at even par, even under par coming into this hole, but it's a tough hole. So I would say leaving this hole, we may not see as many players at even or under par.
Yeah, it seems like 4 is is not the making a 4 on this hole would not be the most embarrassing thing you could do.
No, you take your 4 and you move on to the par 5 coming up.
All right.
So finding the green surface here is huge. Now can you capitalize? Make sure you're going to 2-putt.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You could tell here Jamie's just kind of found his range today. He's leaving himself these 4 to 6 footers. And so far, he's making them all.
Yeah, they've been going in. Yeah, to your point, it's not always easy to read the break on these things, especially at the pace Jamie is playing. But the fact that he is finding the speed bodes well for his golf game. Sounded like a great strike from Rob. And that looks like it's playing longer than 143.
It was playing into the breeze.
Yeah.
Up the hill a little bit.
So probably playing every bit of 170. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. All right, it looks like we missed a shot there from Rob. But that was a 4. Confident stroke there from Mikko. Now this running around a body of water, I learned something from Jason Hawkins watching him play the Kentucky Speed Golf Open, which is that Jason would not be running down by the water there. He would actually be running up on the fairway because he runs to minimize the amount of climbing he has to do. So that's something I wonder if other speed golfers besides... Oh, wow, what a great putt from Mikko. I wonder if other speed golfers besides Jason prioritize minimizing climbing in the same way.
Yeah, it's something I think about. You know, as you're looking at Wes Cupp hit this shot there, are you going to run down by the water there? Are you going to head to the right and kind of take it down the fairway? And you'll see here, just I think unconsciously, most people are going to run for flatter ground.
Yeah.
But you can see these two bunkers behind the green. If you end up in there, 4 is a good score. So, difficult hole here.
Well, difficult hole, and it seemed like that back left pin was kind of a sucker pin. I thought that Jamie played it the best of anybody. Went for the distance he got was exactly the center of the green. He was on line with the pin, but that probably means he pulled it just a hair.
Yep.
All right. Hogan takes a step back, but now we're on to hole 8, second par 5 of the first 9. Oh, and listen to that ball hit the club face, and listen to Chris Hundhausen reacting to that ball compression there. All right. Driver for his second. Looks like maybe he's 210 from the flag here, 220.
Yeah, 220 is a better number.
Yeah. All right. Hit it well, but still just a little bit short here. Would love to get up and down for another birdie.
Yep, elevated green that breaks away from you.
Mm-hmm.
You can see there he either landed it just short or on, but that was a really solid chip. If he goes a little bit further, you maybe can see it. It'll run off the backside of the green.
Absolutely. And I mean, you think about what Jamie has been working on in his golf game in the last 4 years. I mean, he has been striking all those pitches and chips so confidently with the wedge. And that's really the mark of somebody who pays a lot of attention to their golf game.
Yeah, you get to know a golf club pretty well if it's essentially the only one you're using from inside of 100 yards, you know, for 4 years.
And, you know, there's really something to that. You know, I'm a golfer who carries a 9-iron and a sand wedge and a putter, and I'll use the 9-iron for the bump and runs, I'll use the sand wedge for the high soft ones, and I'll use the putter for the putts. And I do wonder if what it would do for my game or to my game if I just completely took the 9-iron out of the bag, for example.
Especially, well, you know, as far as being a choice that you have inside of 100 yards, and maybe you just say, I'm only going to take the sand wedge. I just had a discussion on Instagram about this, actually, with an instructor that works with the top players in the world. But, you know, and he said the data shows you should pick one club.
Well, yeah,
for most instances, unless it's just a different shot and you need a different club. But for most chips inside 30 yards and shots inside 30 yards, you should be choosing the same club every time.
Well, right. The one that you can hit most reliably. And this perfectly jives with, John Sherman, the Practical Golf, is my go-to guy for golf strategy. And he would say the same thing. Most golfers are attempting too many different kinds of shots, and they would be better served to just have a really tight menu like the French Laundry, not like the Cheesecake Factory, where they play the shots that they can execute well.
Yep. I mean, that works for 99% of players. I think there's players like Bubba Watson and others that are super creatives, and you don't want to do that to them. You know, they need access to... Ooh, Mikko almost with another birdie here.
Well, and I think Rob Hogan is another person who is kind of the example that breaks the rule. What's the phrase I'm going for there? Anyway, he breaks that rule, but he's playing a cut to lose distance or a draw to gain distance on that 7-iron. But I think he's the exception that proves the rule. As in, Rob is the exception, and everybody else should simplify their golf game and play one-shot shape.
Right.
Wes Cupp there hanging out just a stroke under speed golf par. This is a 3-shotter. Looks like about a full lob wedge here into the par 5. Love to stick this one close.
Yeah, and you'll notice we've played, here we are on our second par 5 of the front 9, and nobody's been up near the green. That's one of the things that we did is we pushed back the par 5s anywhere from 35 to 60 yards. And so everyone's got that 100-yard number, maybe a little bit further for their third shot. So we're looking, we're asking them that question. Hey, can you step up there with a wedge and knock it up tight and make that putt for birdie?
Absolutely. Healthcare executives, are you losing $500,000 a year or more in your Medicare Advantage risk contracts? If so, do you want somebody to take a look at that for you? That is my day job. When I'm not doing speed golf commentary, I'm helping healthcare executives like you turn around their performance in Medicare Advantage risk arrangements. So, if you're losing $500,000 a year or more in an MA deal, don't wait. Head to analyticaliq.com. There's a link below, and book a free call with me.
Now you can see that, we're 8 holes in here. The grimaces are starting to show up on the faces. They're unavoidable. Another good look at birdie here, though. Luke's been striking the ball well on the front 9. Just another one right there on the edge.
Off the bogey train, but he wanted a little bit more from that one. Scott, I just have to tell you, I really appreciate your camera work. You, Nick Evans, and Chris. Oh, you and Nick Evans especially were Johnny on the spot with these. Now, not pictured here on this leaderboard is the long transition from hole 8 to hole 9. 70 to 80 seconds of running, depending on who you are. Maybe 63 seconds for Jamie Reid. But this is it's a long transition to a pretty straightforward par 4 ninth.
Yeah, you got this grove of trees on the left. Not really in play, though. You have a bunker. If you're hitting driver, may not look wide, but you're not worried about missing the fairway here. You're trying to set yourself up with a good yardage to a nice big size green that goes from front left to back right. A couple bunkers, protecting it there in front of the green, but another good look at birdie.
Who do you think that is?
This is a good look at the professor here.
That's right. Jamie Reid could close out his first 9 in style with a birdie here, but instead he's going to have a tester. 4 feet for par.
He ripped that, yep. And it breaks.
Oh, confidently done. 35 shots in 21:04. Your move, Rob.
You couldn't ask for more for your first 9 holes. That's a great start, Jamie.
Yep. Rob Hogan looks like he left it out just a little bit to the right there, but there is room as I understand it.
Plenty of room, and you heard him huffing and puffing coming off that. Essentially what is an extra hole of running between 8 green and 9 tee.
That's right. Looked like a soft 7 there. Oh, nicely judged. Pin high. This is a birdie putt for Rob.
Very similar line to Jamie's. He's a little bit low here. Better speed.
Nice par. 37 in 21.08. Also nothing to sneeze at. Reid and Hogan. This is a battle for the ages.
Yeah, we'll wait and see what Mikko's time is, but I mean, people need to realize that playing the front 9 here at Slammer Squire in 21 minutes is almost unbelievable.
Well, Mikko is either even or 1 under golf par, which means, yeah, Jamie's, what, a full 5 minutes ahead of him? 6 minutes ahead of him?
Right.
Rare time when he can set his bag down. So confident on those short putts. 36 shots, 26.38. So yeah, 5.5 minutes. 5.5 minutes behind Jamie Reid on the time, which goes to show. I mean, that's how he won 4 years ago, Mikko, is that he beat Jamie by 8 shots, and Jamie beat him by 7 minutes and 59 seconds, or maybe it was 6:59 and 7. But that was the difference was in the golf game. And so yeah, if Jamie brought a scratch golf game this week, Mikko is going to struggle. Well, I mean, Mikko doesn't stand a chance if Jamie's going to shoot 1 under par. And seeing how he played on the front 9, that is within the range of outcomes for Jamie Reid.
Yeah, I mean, Mikko, so far, I've never really seen Mikko struggle on the golf course in terms of his golf game. But yeah, if Jamie Reid's going to go out there and shoot even par, 1 under, he's untouchable.
Absolutely. And Wes Cupp with a very Cupp-like 38 there on the front. And through 9 holes, we have got a battle. Our featured speed golfers are playing well, with Jamie Reid leading the pack 10 under speed golf par. My gosh, Scott. As we close out this first 9 of speed golf, Scott, what sticks out to you?
You know, what sticks out to me is that the level of play that these competitors are bringing to the World Championships, where we've got 10 players under speed golf par through 9 holes. I mean, that's just so impressive to come out. I know there was nerves, but these are true competitors. They're great athletes, and I just love to see them bringing their best game to the World Championships. I look forward to watching the final 9 of the first round and then getting into the second round as well.
That's going to do it for the front 9 on day 1 here at the Speed Golf World Championships. World number 1, Jamie Reid, just played a flawless 9 holes of speed golf, 1 under par in 21 minutes. Rob Hogan, right on his heels, just 2 minutes behind, with Mikko Rantanen and Wes Cupp in the hunt. World Championships, back 9, coming soon. Speed Golf, baby, let's go. Speed Golf Baby is all about promoting health, fitness, and fun through the game of speed golf. If you like what we're doing, please engage with this video to tell the algorithm you want to see more speed golf.